Hare Krishna. Recently, a wonderful monument to recognize the great contribution of the exalted saint Sri Ramanujacharya was inaugurated. While a vast majority of the people are appreciating this recognition of the exalted saint, a few skeptics are questioning that this 1,000 crores spent on this monument could have better been used in building hospitals and schools. To answer that, consider a few of these points. Number one, if we take this argument, then we cannot have any statues of Ambedkar, we cannot have any statues of Mahatma Gandhi, we cannot have the India Gate monument for the war heroes, we cannot, United States cannot have a Statue of Liberty, France cannot have an Eiffel Tower, Moscow cannot have a Lenin monument. So, fact is, it is a part of the society to build such monuments for expressing profound things related to either the ethos of the society or the contribution of some great personality. The second point you have to consider is, we are talking about 1,000 crores. If you compare it with the 3,000 crores of one edition of IPL, the total all over IPL would have costed something like 15,000 crores. If 1 year we don't conduct IPL, 3,000 crores. If 1 year movies are not produced in India and nobody watches movies, the entire film industry in 1 year is worth about 19,000 crores. So, compared to all that, this 1,000 crores is nothing. But the question is it feasible to shut down IPL? Is it feasible to shut down the film industry just to build hospitals and schools? The reality is, it is not practical, it is not feasible. There is an important place for hospitals and schools, there is a place for movies, there is a place for sports, there is a place for IPL, and there is a place for temples and such monuments dedicated to saintly people also in the society. And one more point that you have to consider is that while we may argue that film industry and the IPL gives employment to a lot of people, even building a monument like a temple or a monument for Ramanujacharya is generating a lot of employment. And employment for whom? Not for the middle class or upper middle class, or if you look at a corporate or IPL or something like that, a rich entrepreneur or a rich corporate body is getting richer. In the case of a temple, or when you look at a monument of Ramanujacharya, no rich corporate or rich entrepreneur is getting richer. The people who are getting benefited are the florist, the coconut seller, the archakas. They are all people from the lower strata of the society. The funds are getting distributed more evenly, the wealth is getting distributed more evenly to the people. And one more thing what we have to consider is, this argument that a temple or a monument for a saintly person is not required, it is like saying, like an illiterate person saying, what is the need of building schools? Let that money be spent on feeding my hungry stomach. That shows that that illiterate person does not know the value of knowledge. So similarly, the temples and the great saintly people like Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, these people have given us wealth of knowledge. All such places, monuments, temples are places of learning for us, where we can get the highest knowledge, which is not available in any technological university or college or school in this world. The knowledge of how we can liberate ourselves from the cycle of birth and death and go back to Godhead. And this is the highest utilization of the human form of life. So, as long as you are illiterate about the teachings of Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, such questions will come up. What is the use of such places? So, don't be an illiterate, study the Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna and perfect your life and take the full advantage of all such temples and monuments. Thank you. Hare Krishna.